episodes is going to be Ryder Strong, who you probably recognize from Boy Meets World and Cabin Fever. He is an actor and filmmaker with a lot of experience and a lot of experience in short films, which is exciting and gives you a great expert analysis on this show. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you and what you're working on right now?
Well, right now I've been, so my brother and I sort of left acting to pursue writing and directing with my brother. We work as a team. And after making a series of short films and sort of developing that career, Disney decided to do a sequel show to Boy Meets World, and it's called Girl Meets World. And so my brother and I ended up being directors on that show. So we've been like the in-house directors of multicam, which is very different from what we were planning on doing. You know, our careers had been moving towards making features. But this has been a blast. Like we just wrapped the 5th episode that we were directing of the 3rd season of the show, and it's been like such a trip because not only some of the cast members are the same that I grew up with, but same writers, same producers. The kids are being taught by the same studio teacher that I was taught by as a kid. So it's like this weird time travel experience of going back and sort of watching these 13 to 16-year-olds go through the identical experience that I was. But now I can, hopefully give them the pearls of wisdom that I have to offer about acting on sitcoms and life after the show's over. But it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, we've been doing that. And now we had made a rule for ourselves to stop making short films because we made 3. We did a bunch of festivals and did all the, and then it was like, okay, we could just keep making shorts forever. We need to, buckle down and make a feature. And then we just ended up kept getting writing jobs, and they were too big for us to direct. So now we're still dying to make a feature. And just last week, my brother and I were like, let's just make a short. We just need to shoot something because we've been working for the man, making TV shows, and now we want to make something weird and unique that's ours.
What are the names? Are your shorts available online anywhere?
Yeah, they're all available on iTunes.
Cool.
They were distributed through Shorts International, which now seems ridiculous because you just put them online. But back when we were making our first short, especially in 2008, we came out with our first short. It's like, how do we get this online in the right context? So we got distribution through Shorts International. So yeah, they're all available on iTunes. The first one's called Irish Twins. It's a drama, 20 minutes long. My brother and I put ourselves in it because we figured that, as both of us were actors, we were like, let's put our best foot forward and write something for us to act in. And back then we were shooting on 35 millimeters, so it was like the cost of film mattered. Let's save ourselves time by rehearsing the crap out of this. So when we got there, it was like 1 or 2 takes of every angle, get out. In retrospect, it would have been better to make a shorter short because we learned very quickly that festivals only program so many 20-minute shorts. They program a lot more 5 to 10-minute shorts. So then our shorts kept getting shorter and cheaper. And then the one that we made that did really well for us is called The Dungeon Master, and it was this sort of started off as like a make fun of mumblecore movie because like it was during the whole mumblecore thing. We wanted to like take a mumblecore and twist it into a fantasy film. So we did that, and that got us a lot of attention.
Fumblecore.
Oh, I like that.
There we go.
Yeah. So like most of the short is kind of shot like a Duplass Brothers film, and then right at the end it becomes like a full-on fantasy film.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
To see that. We'll include links to those.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In our social media.
So you can check those out in the description below.
Yeah. One thing I just want to emphasize, and you just touched on this, is the length of short films. I think that would be good for our audience.
Yeah.
To know.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, I have a friend who is a great filmmaker, and his first short was a 35-minute Western. And, it's such a bold choice, and you're like, that's awesome, but then it really falls in between in terms of programming for festivals, because they really want to bring as many filmmakers and as many films as possible to the festival. So you're really limiting yourself when you make a short that long, and that, I think documentaries is a little bit more wiggle room. I feel like documentaries, right. But yeah, in retrospect, we should have just made a feature after, as much money and energy that we put into our 20-minute short, especially nowadays with technology. We were shooting on film, but technology nowadays, we could have made a full feature for the cost of that, and you should just do that. If you're going to go that long, just go for it. That's
I made a 38-minute short once.
Right.
And that's you learn really quickly that it almost doesn't matter how many festival programmers like it. because there's nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
It's so hard to fit it in anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's definitely true. I mean, it's less true with 20-minute films, but it's also true with 20-minute films. You know, if you make something under 15 minutes, not only will I think almost every festival other than the specialty festivals take it, but they can program it in front of. They can program it as part of a bunch of other shorts. They can put it in front of a feature.
Right.
You know, there's just so many more options.
Yeah.
And even as a calling card, like within the industry, you know, agents and managers, they only have so much time. They want to be watching shorts too, you know? So like,
see the
if they get a
minutes on
link
there,
and there's like, you
30
know,
minutes. How do you
I
do
think
that?
there's just that extra level of hesitation, you know, and it's like, you don't want that. You want it to be like, click on this, watch this, and you get my whole, you know. So that's why, you know, even in selecting the short for today, I was like, I just want to pick something short, you know, like really short, because I do believe that that's part of the art form, you know, is to like,
Brief.
yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. Make short films or features if you want to get seen in the festivals. Anyway, watch Ryder all for the next 2 weeks on Shorts. And yeah, see you then.